watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.
Dad, I just got off the plane. I'm getting on the bus soon. I should be home in a couple hours.
Okay. Karina, are you doing okay? I mean, I know this whole situation isn't okay, but... Are you doing any better since I spoke to you on the phone this morning?
Yeah. I was just kinda regretting going to a college so far away from home. I knew Mom's heart wasn't good, but I still chose to go to a college halfway across the country. I wish I could go back in time and have stayed close to home.
There's no reason for you to regret anything. You worked hard to get into that college. It's been your dream for so long. You made the right decision for your life.
But if I'd have stayed close to home, I could have seen Mom more often. I wasn't there for her when she died. I feel like I let her down.
That's not true at all. Your mom was so proud of you when you got into that college. She understood why you left, and she wasn't upset that you weren't here when she went to the hospital. She always wanted what was best for you. You know that. Your mom would have been upset if you had stayed close to home and hadn't followed your dream.
I guess. So, how are you doing? I know this has got to be tough for you, too. Are you okay?
I'm handling it better than I expected. That could just be because the reality of it hasn't fully hit me yet, though.
I know what you mean. I'm still finding it hard to believe that Mom passed away.
Yeah, for sure. But I've got to go get talking to the funeral home and to Pastor Bowman and see if he's available to do the funeral service. I've got a lot to keep me busy. I'll barely have any time to think about it. So, I should be fine for a while.
Yeah. Don't push yourself too hard. When I get home, I'll help you out as much as I can.
Thanks, honey. Have a safe trip home, okay? Pastor Bowman, thanks for getting back to me. I'm sorry we haven't spoken much. I never really went to church with my wife. I'm really glad you're available to do the funeral service. I'm sure it would mean a lot to her. Don't worry about it. Your wife was a regular at my services. I don't really feel comfortable discussing money with a pastor, but how much money does it cost for you to do a funeral service? My parents died when I was young, so I didn't handle any of the finances. I don't know how much anything costs when it comes to a funeral. This is all a first for me. I understand. Don't worry about it. But please, do me a favor and don't go telling other pastors what I charge, okay? It's supposed to be an expression of your appreciation for the church and for my service. I understand. With the rental of the church for the service, the funeral service, and the burial service, it's usually about $2,000. I see. Funerals aren't cheap, are they? Your wife was a regular at my church, so I'm definitely taking that into account. And the fact that you mentioned you'd be making a donation to the church in your wife's name as well. As you know, a donation to the church is an expression of gratitude for its services and for the community. And your wife has been coming to this church for many years now. As for the funeral, I pride myself on giving a good service and making the whole process as easy for the family as possible. I appreciate that. Thank you. And don't worry, your wife is in a much better place now. I assure you, she's up in heaven now, looking down and smiling. Thanks. I'm sure she is too. So, I understand visitation is tomorrow at the funeral home, and the funeral service will be held the day after, here at the church. I'll be here if you need anything before then, and if you ever want to talk, feel free to contact me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sure I'll have more questions before this is all over. I'll message you if anything comes up. Have a good evening, Pastor Bowman. Karina, where are you? I want you home right now.
No way!
You ruined your mom's funeral. What were you thinking? I want you to apologize to Pastor Bowman right now.
I'm never doing that. I hope that idiot goes to hell.
How could you say something like that? Your mom's been going to his church for years, and he was nice enough to agree to do her funeral service. Do you have any idea what you did today?
I don't care. That idiot was laughing at Mom.
Huh?
He said he was glad she finally croaked.
What are you talking about? Why would he say something like that?
Dad, how much money were you planning on giving him?
For the service?
For everything.
That's not really any of your concern.
Dad, it's important. Before the service started, I heard him talking on the phone with someone. He was telling them how he was getting a large amount of money so he'd be able to pay off his entire debt. He seemed really happy about it.
What?
It's true. He was glad Mom died. I heard him say so. He said he knew a few people from his church that were about to die soon, and he'd be making lots of money from it. I didn't want anyone like that leading the funeral service for my mom.
He really said stuff like that? Your mom's been going to his church for so many years. Are you sure you're not mistaken? He's a pastor, after all. He wouldn't want people to die?
It doesn't matter how long he's known Mom. It seems he's just that kind of person. Do you think I'd do something like that at anyone's funeral if I didn't have a good reason?
So that's why you were yelling at him and saying all those terrible things to him. I'm sorry. I had no idea what had happened, and I got mad at you.
It's okay. I tried to hold my tongue until the funeral was over. But it just disgusted me so much how he seemed so happy that my mom had died, and that he was going to be getting so much extra money because of it. And then when he started saying all those nice things about Mom during the service, and pretending like he'd really miss her, I knew he was lying through his teeth, and I couldn't control myself anymore.
I understand. I'll have a talk with Pastor Bowman.
Okay. I'm sorry. I guess I probably made him pretty angry too, huh?
Well, yeah. He stormed out the back of the church just a few seconds after you stormed out at the front. He never stayed to finish the service.
I had no idea. I'm really sorry, Dad.
Don't worry about it. After hearing your side of the story, I don't think I would have wanted him to continue if you really felt that way about your mom's death. Just come back home, Karina. Your aunts and uncles are really worried about you.
Okay. Tell everyone I'm really sorry for ruining the funeral.
Like I said, don't worry about it. I know your mom will forgive you too. But from now on, please talk with me about things before you jump into action.
Sorry. I was just so filled with emotions. And I knew the funeral was tough for you already. I wanted to tell you what Pastor Bowman had said, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I thought I could hold it in until the service was over, but...
I know exactly what you mean, honey. You didn't want anyone like that standing up there talking about your mom.
Yeah.
Well, all our relatives are here, so maybe I'll talk with them about this and see where we should go from here. Just come back home, as quick as you can, okay? Your whole family's here. There's no reason you should be alone now. Pastor Bowman, I see you didn't go back to your house after the incident. I just went there to speak with you. Mr. Schultz, I feel I should apologize for the way I acted today. I shouldn't have left before the funeral service was finished. But I will expect a considerable donation to the church for the way your daughter treated me today. I'm going to be out of town for the rest of the day, so I'll expect you to come by tomorrow with your payment and offering. I understand. But there's just one thing I need to ask you first. What is it, my child? I heard you were really happy when you heard my wife died, weren't you? My daughter said she heard you say that when you were talking to someone on the phone before the funeral. What are you talking about? I would never be happy that one of my flock has passed away. She heard you say, "I'm glad she finally croaked," as you were laughing and telling the person on the other end. Does it make you happy when someone from your church dies? You seem to be excited to get the extra money from doing a funeral service, as well as the possibility of getting something left to the church in the deceased's will. Are you going to believe something like that just because your daughter said it? Yeah, I am. My daughter would never lie to me, especially not about anything like this. She has nothing to gain from it. My wife has been going to your church for a long time now, but you can bet that you'll never see anyone else from my family there ever again. Nobody would want a person who gets excited when people die to lead a funeral service for them, let alone preach to them. If that's what you believe, I rarely saw you in church before, so I wasn't expecting to see you start now anyway. But you still owe me for the service today, and you already agreed to make a donation to the church in your wife's name. You're not a man who would lie to a servant of God, now, are you? Don't you worry about that. I am a man of my word. Then I'll expect payment quite soon. I did what I agreed to do. Just relax. I'll pay you. Mr. Schultz, what's the meaning of this? This isn't the correct amount of money. I told you the service would be $2,000, but you only paid me $200. What's the issue? You didn't complete the job. You left in the middle of it. I think what I paid you is more than fair. No, this is ridiculous. I told you exactly how much it would cost you. You agreed to it. Yeah, I agreed to a particular price for the funeral service. But we never got a funeral service. And what about the donation to the church in your wife's name? You must have misunderstood. That was included in the $200 I gave you. I paid $100 for the 15 minutes of funeral service you did, which is quite respectable for 15 minutes of work. And I said I'd make a considerable donation to the church in my wife's name. She usually put $10 in the church offering every week. I donated 10 times what she usually gives you. 10 times your regular pay is quite considerable, don't you think? I doubt she would want me to donate even that much, seeing as you were so glad she died. Look, considering you just lost your wife, I'm going to be nice when I tell you this. I agreed to do that funeral service for you. I canceled my plans that day for you. You have done nothing for me or this church the entire time I've known you. You should be honored that I even agreed to do your wife's service in the first place. It's a real shame that someone like you gets put in charge of a church in the first place. I know families who have been going to that church for generations, and now someone like you comes in and takes over. I don't care if you like me or not. You don't even go to church. You should care, because I've talked to the people in the neighborhood about you, and they've told me a lot of things. You don't do a damn thing at the church other than your Sunday service. And even then, rumors are going around that it isn't uncommon for you to show up to them hungover. I hear you've even got a part-time job outside of town to try to bring in more money for yourself. Maybe if you put more effort into your sermons and more time into the church and its members, you might get more people coming to church and more people donating. Why do you care? It's not like you've ever come. You've got no right to tell me how to run my church. I guess you're right. I really don't care what happens to you from here on out. But I'll never forgive you for disrespecting my wife and her death. I don't need your forgiveness, but you'd better pay me what you owe me. How do you figure I owe you anything else? Huh? I paid you $100 for 15 minutes of work, and there's no law stating how much a donation to the church has to be. You ruined my wife's funeral completely, so I'm not sure you'd even win in court if you wanted to take it that far. I really don't think you have any right to charge me for anything else. You can't do this to me. You said you were going to give a large donation to the church. I was counting on that money. Pay me what you owe me. I think you need to go back and study how a real pastor is supposed to act. Who exactly ordained you in the first place? You can't force someone to give you a bigger donation just because you don't like the amount. How is a church supposed to survive without donations? How am I supposed to do my service without more donations? I'm guessing caring more about your followers and not showing up to church hungover might help. But then again, I don't know a whole lot about church or religion. But I do know that most of the people in your congregation are quite old. You don't seem to be attracting anyone new, and your congregation is dying off. How many times do I have to tell you? That's why things are so tough for the church right now. The people in this town are just like you. Nobody cares about the church or wants to help. Church is just another part of the service industry. If you offered a decent service, you'd get more people coming. I'm surprised you have anyone left who wants to go to your church, seeing as you hope for everyone who goes to it to die. Shut up. I'm doing the best I can with my circumstances. Show some respect. Look, now that my wife's gone, my family has nothing to do with you anymore. And from what I've heard from others in the neighborhood, a lot of the people who still go to your church are considering leaving soon. You need to take a long look at yourself and what happened yesterday, and think about how you want to proceed from there. Okay, I see your point. But just hold on a second. How about this? How about you just pay me another $800? That's $1,000 less than we originally agreed on. I know your wife had a life insurance policy, right? $800 is nothing to you. How about that? You're still only thinking of yourself, aren't you? Don't push this any further. I've asked around, and $2,000 to have a pastor hold a funeral service in his church is absurd. I don't care what you've gotten yourself into. It's not my responsibility to pay off your debts. I don't want anything to do with you ever again. Look, I wasn't happy that your wife died. I'd have been happy with anyone dying. It was nothing personal. I just needed the extra money doing a funeral service would give me. Then maybe you shouldn't have been talking about money on your cell phone with the family of the deceased so close by. All of this is because you don't care about anyone else other than yourself. You think just because I'm a pastor, I don't worry about money? Money is the only thing I can think about. Saying something like that is an insult to all other pastors, don't you think? Not everyone thinks about money the same way as you. I thought pastors are supposed to study the Bible and actually try to follow its teachings. Doesn't that mean not going out drinking and gambling away what money you do have? What are you saying? I've heard all about your debts and how you spend your money. The church treasurer told me all about what you do with the church's money. You go out to restaurants and bars all the time, drinking and gambling all the church's money away. That's why you had to get a part-time job, and why you're in so much debt. And why you think you can charge $2,000 for a 30-minute funeral service that you leave in the middle of. What I do with my private life and my wage is none of your business. And if you didn't like the price I quoted you, you didn't have to agree to it. I suppose that's true. I just didn't expect a pastor to lie to me about the typical cost. And if the church goes under, it's going to be entirely your fault. So, if you don't want that to happen, maybe you should be a little more careful with how you use its money and how you treat its people. I can't believe this. Your wife died and all I got from it was a measly $200. I had no idea you were so cheap. I'm not cheap. We're going to have a proper funeral for my wife. But this time, we're getting a funeral home to do it. I'm repaying for everything. I don't care how much it costs. And the only reason I don't want to give you another cent is because of what you said in front of my daughter. I don't care if you knew she was there or not. You've got nobody to blame for this but yourself. Like you said, a donation is an expression of gratitude, right? After that, rumors spread about what had happened at my wife's funeral, and more importantly, why. Because of that, a lot of the people who had been on the fence about not going to Pastor Bowman's church anymore finally did quit. The church had been in debt for quite a while, and now there was no way to recover from it. There was no choice for it but to close down. I hear the church is trying to get a new pastor to come in from another area to take it over and try to rebuild its following. I really don't know what's going to happen to Pastor Bowman and all the debt he had built up. But I know that he left town pretty quickly after the church closed, and nobody has heard from him since. I understand that pastors are people too. and that they have private lives and aren't required to live in poverty or anything. But they should at least have the decency to not make light of the dead, especially not in front of the deceased's family. That's clearly not what happened this time, though. Pastor Bowman wasn't taking his duties as a pastor seriously enough, and he didn't seem to care about other people's feelings. And for us, we had my wife's funeral redone at a funeral home. It was tough on our family and friends, getting everyone back together again for such a sad occasion. My daughter did the eulogy this time, and she apologized to her mom about what had happened before. I don't think she needed to do that. I know she did what she did out of love. I think my wife was probably looking down on her smiling, proud of how much her daughter has grown up. Somehow, I think this whole experience has actually helped my daughter and I deal with our loss a little better. My daughter is still going to be studying far from home, so I'm going to be by myself a lot. But because of that, my daughter and I have agreed that I'll go out to visit her every month. It's going to be hard getting our lives back to normal with my wife gone, but I have a feeling that she's going to be looking out for us from now on, and that things will be just fine.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. See you next time.
Honey, are you gonna be late tonight?
Yeah? Why do you ask?
Because you're always coming home late. Our little Jimmy is constantly asking for his father. He's at that age, you know?
Well, you're the mom. You're responsible for raising him, not me.
How can you say such a thing? Jimmy is also your son. Am I the only one responsible for our child's well-being? Aren't you also his parent? Jeez. If only you could be half as nice to him as you are to your nephews. Poor Jimmy. I feel so bad for that kid.
Both his parents are alive and well. What do you mean you feel bad for him? And what about you? When are you going to help my sister? She's going through a rough time after the divorce, raising 2 boys on her own.
Oh, wow. Such a caring brother you are. I'm sure everyone would love to have a brother like you. Every day it's my mom this or my sister that. What are you, a mama's boy? Are you in love with your sister?
What's with the sarcastic attitude? Are you so butthurt over me taking care of my side of the family? Remember what I said when we got married. I told you to give my mom $500 every month as allowance. She's an elderly woman who lives by herself with no other income. Except for the first month of our marriage, you didn't give her a dime. So you shouldn't complain when I provide for my mom financially. That was your responsibility, remember?
You've got to be kidding me. Before you were trying to get me to sympathize with your mom. And now you're telling me I should have given her $500 every month? It's not like I refused to do it without a reason. When I suggested that we should do the same for my parents, you didn't say anything. Not even one word. I should have divorced you when I had the chance. If only Jimmy hadn't been born, I wouldn't be going through this mess right now.
Your mom is not the same as your mother-in-law. How can you possibly put them on the same playing field? You became a part of this family when you married me. Why should I care about your parents?
Oh, sure. Whatever you say, Mr. Mama's boy. Go back to your mother and sister. I'm sure they'll welcome you with open arms. In the meantime, I'll be taking our precious son to Six Flags. He's been dying to go on the Batman ride for a long time. Jimmy absolutely adores DC comic characters. You didn't even know that, I bet. Of course not. You have no interest in our son.
Six Flags. Great idea. My nephews are on spring break, and they have nothing else to do. You should take them along, too.
What the hell? Are you gonna shut that mouth of yours, or do you want me to do it for you? Don't even think about bringing them along. I'm only doing this for Jimmy's sake. He's been feeling awfully down lately, and his so-called father has been MIA.
What's the problem? Wouldn't it be nice to have Jimmy spend time with his cousins?
Nice? He's even had nightmares about your nephew stealing you away from him.
That kid needs to learn to toughen up. He won't be able to survive in the real world when he grows older. I'm gonna have to talk to him.
As if. Don't even think about trying to have a talk with my son. If you don't want to get smacked, I suggest you keep your mouth shut. Got it?
Donna, sweetheart, have a look at this. Ray bought this for me as a birthday present. My son is so thoughtful. He's simply the best. Wouldn't you agree, hun?
That's great, Patricia. You must be absolutely thrilled to have such a loving, caring, hardworking son like Ray.
I sure am, sweetie. Oh, and by the way, after Ray gets off work today, he'll be stopping by to see his nephews. It's been 3 whole days since Ray's last visit. The boys have missed their uncle dearly. They've been begging him day and night to return soon. Anyway, we'll all be having dinner together. I'll be preparing Ray's favorite lasagna with mac and cheese. You should swing by too. My, I haven't seen Jimmy in ages. He's like my long-lost grandson. How long has it been since I last saw him? About a year, I bet. I'm sure he's grown much taller now.
Well, quite frankly, Ray hasn't been home since last January. And that was 4 months ago. He hasn't been home for the winter holidays either. Ray had promised to watch Frozen with us on Christmas. Jimmy was even planning to dress up as Olaf to surprise his dad. And then, Ray never showed up. You should have seen the distraught look on Jimmy's face. Every time he asks for his dad and he's not around, our little Jimmy breaks down and cries. He misses his father dearly. It's so heartbreaking, to say the least.
Heartbreaking? Stop being so overdramatic. He has a father who earns a ton of money from his booming trading business. And he has a loving mother who dotes and cares for him. That boy has everything he needs. He's better off than 95% of children his age. Tusk. What is wrong with kids these days? They're all spoiled rotten, I'd say.
Patricia, Ray has been spending a lot of time with his nephews these days. Almost every day, perhaps. Jimmy hasn't seen his dad in a long time. Ray has to come home.
Donna, you know how tough it is to raise a child, especially a son. My daughter and I have to raise 2 boys on our own, without a father figure around to support them. Ray is only trying to be a good uncle and help out. He has been such a lifesaver. We wouldn't have been able to manage without his help.
Patricia, I'm just letting you know that Jimmy and I won't be visiting today. So I hope you, Ray, and the kids all enjoy a great quality time over dinner. Without us. In the meantime, I'll be taking my son to the local outlet mall to buy him some new jeans. And the robot dog toy he's been begging for since ages ago. All of which are Ray's responsibility. I mean, don't fathers normally buy gifts for their children? But in our household, it seems like the dad is a good-for-nothing wimp. Poor Jimmy. His poor excuse for a father isn't even around when he needs him.
My God, woman. What's up with the bitter attitude? Why are you so bitter? So heartless. You don't even have an ounce of sympathy.
Ray, did you buy your mom a foot massager?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Your mom sent me this photo. She bragged about how her lovely son bought it just for her. Aw, how sweet. When was the last time you bought me anything for my birthday, I wonder?
Mom's recently been complaining about foot pain. Remember last time when she injured herself at the bowling alley? Even after months of rehabilitation therapy, her feet haven't fully recovered. And on top of that, she's been busy looking after the grandkids while my sister is away at work. First, she has to drop the boys off at school in the mornings. Then, in the afternoon, she has to go pick them up and take them to the playground. Boys need time to socialize with their friends, you know? My sister's been having a hard time, too. She even had to get a part-time job working at Walmart on top of her full-time teaching job. Inflation has been hitting us hard this year, Donna. It's not unusual for someone to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet.
Well, that's very, enlightening, Raymond. So, when are you gonna deposit the rent for this month? It's already been a week, Ray. Rent's due this Friday.
Have you thought about working longer hours at Macy's? That would help supplement our family's income, right?
What on earth are you talking about? If I work longer, who's gonna take care of Jimmy?
A 7-year-old is old enough to take care of himself. I've been cooking my own food since I was 5 years old.
Good for you, Ray. You've really turned out to be a fine human being. Listen, quit the nonsense and just send me the money for the rent. It's urgent.
I can't.
What do you mean, you can't?
I spent the money on Mom's foot massager.
Ugh.
And I also bought my nephew's new iPad minis. They seem bored with the electric scooters I got them last summer for their birthdays, so I thought I'd give them something to boost their spirits. And plus, those iPad minis happen to be on sale at Costco. $90 off each item. So now I'm completely broke.
Unbelievable. Truly. Ray, what does buying your mother a foot massager and your nephew's new iPad minis have to do with me?
Well, I mean, nothing, but I'm just letting you know. Sue me for trying to have a conversation.
That's not Jimmy's iPad nor my foot massager. And even if they were, you should still be fulfilling your duty as the breadwinner of this household. I'm talking about the rent, specifically, Raymond. May I remind you that you already failed to pay for the past 3 months? Jimmy and I do not need to suffer because of your financial recklessness. Do you need to take a refresher course on Personal Finance 101? Your spending habits have been insane. You should have known better before you squandered our budget on lavish gifts for your mom and sister.
Donna, that's because we're family. That also includes my mom and sister.
Does that also mean that you're willing to sacrifice the happiness and well-being of your wife and child? Do you really want to throw us under the bus? For what? To satisfy your own desires?
Oh, all right. I'll borrow the money from a colleague. Happy now?
Thanks, hun. Be sure to write me a check ASAP. I need to deposit it into my checking account by the end of today. I also have to go to the local outlet mall and buy Jimmy some toys.
Toys? What toys? Our house is already flooded with them.
Tomorrow's Jimmy's birthday, you old geezer.
Oh, oops. I forgot.
My goodness. And you call yourself a father? For the love of God, quit pissing people off and just keep your mouth shut. Please. Mom! Yes, sweetie? Are you finished training for the upcoming soccer match? Yep. I just got off practice 10 minutes ago. Who's this, Jimmy? My classmate, Michelle. She brought this to class for show and tell today. Oh, so this is Michelle's family photo. Why are you showing this to me all of a sudden? Mom, why don't we have a photo like this? Oh, honey. I want to wear cool clothes and take pictures with Dad. Like the Olaf costume I was going to wear last Christmas. Daniel's family took their photo a month ago with their pet cocker spaniel, Lizzie. And Lindsay's family dressed up as the Addams family for their Halloween-themed photo. Everyone in my grade has something like this except me. It's so unfair. Oh, honey. I don't know what to tell you. Dad's gonna come home tomorrow since it's my birthday, right? He's gonna buy me the robot I wanted and the new baseball mitt. Right, Mom? Can't Mommy buy those for you today? No! I want Dad to buy it for me. I want to play catch with him in the playground. I want to try out the new robot with him. Your father's been really busy with his business, sweetheart. He has a lot of work to catch up on. He might not be able to make it tomorrow. But tell you what, I'll tell your dad to come this weekend for sure. He's not gonna come. He never comes. I'm so sorry, sweetie pie. Let's go to the mall after dinner. I'll buy you 5 toys. Anything you want. Mommy will get them for you. But I don't want 5. I only want 1. Oh, what a surprise. Our little Jimmy's all grown up. You're not being greedy anymore. Have a look at this. When was the last time we got our family photo taken? Oh, right. Never! Your son is the only one in his entire grade who doesn't have a picture with his own family. And now look at him. He's envying all of his friends that do.
I told you I'm gonna send you the money for rent.
I'm not talking about the rent right now. Are you really that tense? What's your IQ, like 50? Do you not feel anything after reading that conversation? Are there no light bulbs that go off in your head? You, sir, had better get your butt home tomorrow. Understood?
Tomorrow? I can't. My oldest nephew is receiving an award tomorrow. He came in first place for the school-wide mug drawing contest. The ceremony is expected to end pretty late, and we'll all be heading out to dinner at Bennigan's afterwards.
Oh, is that so, Raymond? Should I just leave poor Jimmy all alone, envying other kids' family photos? Do you want his classmates to mock him for having such a deprived family? For having a father who is absent from his life?
Fine. What time do you want me there by?
To hell with the time! You better run over here as soon as you get off work. For the past 7 years, how many times have you celebrated Jimmy's birthday? Too few to count. Make sure you do it right this time. To make up for all the years you've neglected our child.
My sister is gonna be so upset. She's gonna kill me.
Rather than thinking about your sister, I'd wish you'd think about how upset your son would be.
Okay, I got it. Donna, is everything all right with Ray? Have you two been quarreling again?
No? Why do you ask?
Ray's been feeling down lately. He hasn't been his usual bubbly self for over a month. I mean, Ray's such an awesome guy, with an absolute heart of gold. He's very affectionate, you know. That's why he's been looking after Mom and me. But he says that you're giving him a hard time, especially about family finances and Jimmy. Is that true?
Well, if that were so, I would have divorced him already. It's a miracle that I've been able to put up with that man for as long as I have.
Am I sensing sarcasm from you, Donna?
Last week was Jimmy's birthday.
I know. That's why Ray couldn't come to my son's award ceremony. My baby was so upset he couldn't stop crying. Birthdays, on the other hand, come around every year. I mean, is it so wrong for an uncle to congratulate his nephew on his big day that you had to snatch the opportunity away from him?
Carrie, my son never enjoyed a proper birthday with his dad. Not even once. Last year, Ray rushed to the hospital because your younger son ate all the raw beef in the fridge and ended up with food poisoning. And the year before that, Patricia was craving some grilled steak after her month-long trip to Texas. So she abruptly came over, and we all had to go to Outback Steakhouse. You know how Jimmy dislikes steak more than anything else in the world.
Donna, kids forget things easily. Why are you pouring all your heart and soul into child rearing? Children don't realize the amount of love, care, and attention their parents give them. They only give themselves credit for their own upbringing. It's all useless, I'd say.
Maybe your kids are like that, Carrie.
What? How could you say such a thing?
Jimmy adores Ray. He's dying to play catch and ride on roller coasters with him. You know, spending quality time with his dad, as all sons should. But he can't because of you and your 2 boys. Heck, if your kids are already behaving that way, I'd say they have a bleak future ahead of them.
I seriously have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
What I'm saying is, don't push it. I've already put up with enough nonsense with you, your sons, and your mother stealing Ray away from us. I've already reached my boiling point.
I really can't believe what I'm hearing. Donna, you need help. Honey, what's Jimmy doing next weekend?
Why are you suddenly asking me about his plans? He doesn't have any. Why do you ask?
My mom wants to take the grandkids on a road trip to the Grand Canyon. It's been a while since we had a family outing. Let's bring Jimmy along too.
Ah, yes, of course.
It costs $200 per person. Send me the money through Venmo by Thursday.
Get your priorities straight, Ray. Rent first, trip second.
You gotta be kidding me.
Kidding or not, you only paid for half the rent last time, right? Give me the rest of the money and then figure out the travel expenses on your own. I thought you said you had deep pockets. Where else are you gonna spend all that cash?
I already spent most of my savings on gifts for my mom, Carrie, and her 2 boys. Mom needed a new Gucci bag for her high school reunion next weekend. The strap on the Prada one broke about a month and a half ago. Carrie's dishwasher stopped working, so I had to buy her a new one from Bosch. And my nephews begged me to get them new Sony PSPs. They said their classmates were bullying them for not owning one. So now I barely have any money left. Not even enough to buy a beer.
That's your problem, Ray. You have to figure that out yourself. As for the trip, I'll see what I can do. I have an appointment with the hairdressers next week, but I can call them to postpone it. But remember, Ray, I'm only agreeing to accompany you based on one condition. Don't you dare neglect your duties as a father to Jimmy while we're there. I won't let things slide this time. If you push your luck one more time, mark my words, all hell will break loose.
Donna, why are you being so difficult? Why are you accusing me of being a poor father? I'm only trying to help Carrie out with her boys since she's having a tough time juggling 2 jobs and a family. Besides, my nephews haven't seen their dad since the divorce. And since I'm the only adult male they know, I try to support them as a father figure.
Ray, we've been through this so many times before. Our Jimmy is mourning for a father who isn't even dead. You're alive and well, and yet you're never there for our son. Why are you doing this to him? Why are you making him yearn for you?
That boy is way too sensitive. Why does he act like a crybaby all the time? He needs to man up a bit.
Carrie has 2 boys too. Why aren't you telling them to man up?
Forget it. I've had enough of this conversation. I'll take care of the travel expenses. Just make sure you have nothing else planned for next week. Donna, this is urgent. Do you have extra cash on you?
Of course not. Why do you ask?
You don't have any left? What happened to the money I gave you?
That's what I saved up for Jimmy's future. His college tuition and future wedding. I'm not gonna squander it needlessly.
I promise to reimburse you. Just give me the money.
What? Why all of a sudden?
It looks like my nephews won't be able to attend college. They can't afford to pay for next semester. Everyone has an undergraduate degree these days. It would be a shame for them not to.
Why are you asking me for the money? It's not a substantial amount anyway. It barely covers a fraction of Jimmy's tuition.
Oh, come on, Donna.
Ray, don't even think about touching that money. Not even in your wildest dreams. I'm warning you. You dirtbag thief! Who the hell do you think you are? How did you get a hold of my checkbook? I kept it in my safe for extra protection.
Easy. I figured out the combination. It's Jimmy's birthday, right? That's why you should have given it to me when I asked nicely.
I can't believe I was scammed by you. Of all people!
My nephews have to pay for classes next semester. I'll reimburse you later. I promise.
When? In this lifetime?
For the love of God, how many times do I have to tell you? For the umpteenth time, I said I'll pay you back.
I should have never married you. Or even met you. It's my fault for putting up with your shenanigans for all these years. Raymond, you are the most irresponsible human being I've ever seen. Truly despicable.
Anyway, while we're on this topic, what the hell is going on with Jimmy? He's been so rude to me lately. He ignores me whenever I come home and treats me like I'm invisible. Go teach your son some manners, woman.
Keep your voice down. You're only getting what you deserve.
What? Are you saying that I deserve this?
Think about it. What did you do for your son when he was younger? You didn't show him any love or affection like other dads do. When was the last time you held him or told him that you loved him? You didn't show up to his elementary or middle school graduation. You completely forgot about his school band concerts. Every single one of them. If you keep asking him about school or life, obviously Jimmy's not gonna like it. He'd think that you're being disingenuous. Like, why are you giving him attention now, after all these years? If you don't want to make Jimmy uncomfortable, I suggest you keep your mouth shut. Our son is in high school now. He is no longer a child.
What did I do wrong? I raised him with my hard-earned salary. I worked overtime most nights to support our family. Even when my business was struggling to stay afloat, I sacrificed my weekends for work just to put food on the table. And this is how you two repay me? This is what I get in return.
But isn't that every parent's obligation anyway? You only gave our son the bare minimum. You never took him anywhere. And it was only until he turned 7 that we got our family photo taken. Yet you have the nerve to ask what you did wrong? You should be asking what you did right.
That jerk is acting that way because you keep screwing up. Because you didn't discipline him properly.
Jerk? What about those jerk nephews of yours? Are they treating you well?
Watch it, Donna. Don't call them that.
Why the double standard, Ray? Why are you so riled up? What kind of father calls his own son a jerk while defending someone else's children?
Oh, for God's sake.
I admit, I wasn't the greatest aunt to your nephews all the time. But at least I treated them with gifts from time to time. Remember the Nike sneakers I got them? And the tie-dye t-shirts? I bought them at the same time I went shopping for our son's clothes. Right before Jimmy entered 5th grade. But what have you done? Every day, your only focus is on Patricia, Carrie, and the boys. That's all you talk about while Jimmy and I are pushed to the back burner. Every single time. Don't expect our son to behave friendly towards you. You don't deserve that kind of respect.
I see where he gets his temperament from. Like mother, like son. You two are like long-lost twins.
And about the funds that you stole from my account. Make sure you pay me back within 2 years. That's Jimmy's college tuition, for crying out loud.
I know already. Quit your hollering, woman. Donna, I hear that Jimmy will be graduating soon. Congrats.
Thanks. I can't believe he's already finishing high school. My son is finally transitioning into adulthood. Time really flies.
Hey, why don't you have Jimmy apply to the University of Delaware? The school has an awesome campus, and it's also the same university my sons are attending. Wouldn't it be great to see him hang out with his cousins?
Carrie, Jimmy will be going to an Ivy League. He already submitted an early decision application to Yale.
What? How come I've never heard about this?
Thanks to his strong GPA, Jimmy's prospects of getting accepted into a prestigious school are very, very high. He's already received excellent recommendation letters from 3 of his teachers. Mrs. Brown, Jimmy's AP English teacher, praised his college essay, calling it one of the best pieces of writing from a student in over 20 years. Not to mention his leadership experience as class president, extensive volunteer work in Africa, and various other club activities. Oh, and might I add, he's also the valedictorian of his graduating class.
You are so good at provoking people, you know. Are you trying to make me jealous of your son's achievements?
Make you jealous? Never. I'm only stating the facts. Plain and simple. So, Carrie, enough about Jimmy. How are your boys doing? Don't even get me started. My eldest son left home right after getting a girlfriend. The two found an apartment just outside of Dover and have been living together ever since. My youngest son is taking a leave of absence for the semester. Every day, he's hanging out at the bowling alley with his friends. He drinks until the following morning and doesn't come home until 5 a.m. I'm about to lose my mind. Wow, Carrie. I'm so sorry to hear that. That must really suck. On the other hand, Jimmy's always been such a good boy. I couldn't have asked for a better son. What's the point of having this conversation with you? I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. It's not the end of the road for you either. So don't act too complacent. Just watch. Once Jimmy becomes an adult, he'll become so big-headed it'll be impossible for you to control him. Okay. Whatever you say, Carrie. When on earth are you gonna pay me back? Jimmy's tuition is coming up soon, and I only have a week left.
Listen, I don't have a single dime. Do you think I'd refuse to hand it to you if I had the money?
I clearly told you to pay me back within 2 years. And that was 2 years ago. Why the hell did you take the money without my permission in the first place?
I told you before. My nephews needed to go to college.
Why are you sacrificing my son in order to send your nephews to college?
Send Jimmy to college? What's the point of sending that rascal to school? He's got such an awful character. If he doesn't shape up, that boy won't have much of a future ahead of him. I have a better idea. Instead of university, why don't you just tell Jimmy to get a gig at Home Depot after graduation? It'll suit him better.
Are you seriously wishing that on your own son? Like, for real?
The way I see it, he's hopeless. A good for nothing.
Do you know what Jimmy's dream is? To become a doctor. That's why he studied so hard, pulling all-nighters all throughout high school. He's at the top of his class. Never gotten below an A-. Never missed honor roll. A perfect score on the SATs. All of his teachers call him an academic genius. Every single one of them. But now you're telling my ambitious, high-achieving son to work at Home Depot? That college is useless for him? What about your nephews, huh? Why are you bothering to send them to college? Neither of them did well academically. The only reason they got into Delaware is because of their football scholarships.
You can't compare apples to oranges. As you said, Jimmy is good at school. He'll be fine on his own without my help. But for Carrie's sons, it's different. They need bachelor's degrees in order to find decent jobs.
Amazing. Bravo. You blew up your entire life savings to support your sister's family. And now you can't even send your son to college because you can't afford it.
Let Jimmy work part-time to cover his own tuition. He needs to learn to be self-sufficient anyway. Nowadays, I hear that kids can pay for college after working part-time for only a year.
Ugh. I've had enough of you. I can't live with you anymore. Let's separate. I really need time on my own to reevaluate my life decisions.
Oh, stop overreacting.
Hey, Mom. Hi, sweetheart. Are you done with class? I'll be running a little late today. There's some congestion on the highway, so it might take a while for me to arrive. Sorry, honey. It's okay, Mom. I'll make my own dinner. I have something to tell you. What is it? If you want to divorce Dad, just do it. Are you being serious, Jimmy? Yeah. I overheard your conversation with him last time. I never thought of that guy as my father. He was never there for me when I needed him most. He always treated us like outsiders. Besides, I don't have any positive memories of him anyway. Don't worry about me. I won't feel sad or hurt. Just do what you think is right. If you want to divorce him, go ahead. I'll be fine. My son's all grown up now. Really, I would never have imagined hearing those words from you. I really mean it. I'll pay for college through my part-time tutoring job.
I'd rather quit school altogether than ask that man for help.
Don't sweat it, Jimmy. I'll take care of your tuition.
You've always done so much for me, Mom. Really. I'm always grateful for everything you've sacrificed for me. So I'll take care of college expenses. Once I graduate and get employed, I'll buy you a nice house. The one by Miami Beach, like you always wanted.
I'm so touched. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Thank you, sweetheart. You truly are the best son a mother can ever wish for.
Are you busy, honey?
Did you forget what I told you 2 years ago? Should I call the police? I told you not to contact me.
No, I mean, is Jimmy doing okay?
Why are you asking about Jimmy all of a sudden?
It's just that. He's our son.
He's paying his way through college while working part-time. He has 2 tutoring jobs on campus, and he's waiting tables.
That sounds great. Donna, sweetheart, I think we should all live together again.
What kind of nonsense are you spewing, Ray? Have you been drinking again?
Let me move back in with you. I have nothing left. Zilch. Life is so hard.
Go complain to your lovely nephews about your situation. Why are you trying to mooch off of us?
Don't even mention those ingrates. They have no gratitude for all the sacrifices I've made for them. When I pointed out their bad behavior, they retorted, "Who do you think you are? Do you really think you can replace our father?" Had I known how rotten they were, I would have never helped them.
Serves you right. After 10 years, I can finally get my revenge. Get lost, you piece of trash. Don't ever call me again. I hope you live the rest of your life as a lonely, bitter old man. After being abandoned by the very nephews he had once adored, my husband was coldly rejected by our son after attempting to reconnect with him. Rumors say that Ray is now living a harsh, bitter life all on his own. It seems that his mother, sister, and nephews all abandoned him because he's old and penniless. Such an ironic and cruel twist of fate. It reminds me of the saying, "What goes around comes around." Even now, Jimmy shivers in anger at the mere mention of his father. Needless to say, my son still adamantly refuses to see Ray. That's why my son and I have decided to live happily together. Just the 2 of us. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.
Anna, have you figured out what we're having for dinner tonight?
I was thinking of doing Kentucky Fried Chicken with coleslaw, of course. With the fries, too. Is that okay?
KFC, huh? Well then, for lunch, can you cook some type of pasta? I was thinking that ravioli or maybe some spaghetti would be nice and hold me over until dinner.
Oh, okay. But will pasta be enough for you? I bet you're planning on having about 2 platefuls of it, huh?
What are you saying? That I'm a big eater? Of course I'm only going to have just 1 serving.
Really? You never eat that little when it comes to food. Maybe you're thinking of just having a little for lunch, so that way you can eat as much as possible for dinner?
As much as possible. Do you think I'm trying to get that fat?
Well, you do eat a lot. And you have gone up a few waist sizes in the last year. You even go as far as to eat a lot of Billy and Sarah's leftover food.
Well, that's just because those 2 leave a lot of food on their plates, so I don't want it going to waste.
I don't think they see it that way, but okay. You just eat so damn quick, and then when you're finished with your food, you start staring at their dishes. Sarah got super mad at you yesterday for eating a lot of her food, you know. You even ate the whole steak that she was saving to eat at the end. She was planning to finish everything off, but when she went to the bathroom, you took it and ate it all before she came back.
She was just saying that. Trust me. She could have never finished all of that off by herself. Anyway, I've noticed that Sarah is getting a little chubby recently. Don't you think? So really, me eating her food for her will help her out a ton in the long run.
Sarah is still in middle school. So there's no reason you should be concerned about her body weight right now. And it's not even like she eats much to begin with. So anyway, can you please refrain from eating the rest of our family's food? I make sure that when I cook everything, it's all portioned out for each of us. So just eat what I've given you, okay?
I'm just saving her from getting big and fat.
I think you're the one who needs saving. You're getting bigger too, you know. So you're only allowed to eat their food if they say you can.
Fine.
I'm already giving you a big portion of food, so don't get mad, okay? Promise me that you won't keep eating their food.
Fine, I won't.
Everyone has a different pace that they eat at. So just because you're faster, that doesn't mean you get to steal their food.
Okay, I get it. Jeez. And by the way, no, I don't think you give me a big portion. I actually think the portions are getting smaller.
What? No way.
It's starting to look like you're cheaping out when you go shopping for groceries. Or maybe things are just getting more expensive now. Either way, I think you should at least be giving me a bit more for dinner. So I think I'll raise the amount you can spend on groceries this month so that things aren't looking so thinned out.
I've been buying the same amount I always buy. But because you keep eating everyone else's food, I've had to cut back on how much I make for dinner. Sarah is in middle school and needs to eat more, while Billy is still in elementary school, so he'll start needing to eat more soon. Could you just be a bit more careful from now on, please?
Why do I have to be the one to be careful? I'm the one who's bringing in the money to pay for the food. I should be able to have whatever's left without you all whining about it.
Excuse me? What the hell? You think you pay for everything?
Sure I do.
Then how do you explain what happened with the cake that Sarah's friend made for her? You didn't use her money to buy that, yet you went ahead and ate more than half of it without asking her.
Well, that was because no one told me not to eat it. It was in the fridge and that's all I knew.
Well, before you start eating everything in the fridge, you should have asked me about it first. You have also been eating things that I've saved in there for future dishes. And you've even gotten into Billy's pudding cups that I keep for when he needs a snack. I know that you bring in money that pays for most of the food, but I'm also paying for things with my part-time job too.
I get it. I'll make sure to ask you before I eat. Are you happy now?
You better promise me. If you can't stick to your words, then you will need to give me more money for food. And before you take other people's food at the table, make sure you tell me. And things that are in the fridge, you need to make sure I won't be using it for my recipes in the coming days, okay?
I know not to eat a lot of your food because you leave notes on them.
Paul, are you making fun of the situation here? Are you sure you understand me?
Yes, I do. I completely understand what you're asking. I was just saying that with you, you leave notes telling me not to touch the food, so I know. Don't worry, jeez. Well then, for today's dinner, make sure to pile my plate with KFC.
Mom! Dad ate my food again! The cookies that I was planning to eat when I got home from school today were all gone when I got here. And those were all the cookies I bought with the money I'd saved up. This has to have been Dad's fault. Because Billy is still in school right now. It wasn't him. Oh gosh. I'm sorry to hear that, Sarah. I'm at the store buying groceries right now, so I can pick some cookies up for you before leaving. No, Mom. The cookies that I bought, I don't think they're still being sold anymore. I bought them from that store just in front of the city hall, and they were really popular ones. I bet they've all been sold out before noon. Really? Well, let me check. And would it be okay if I picked up some other brand of cookies then? Fine. But the next time I have a day off of school, can we go shopping together? Sure. For more cookies? I'll give you some money for yourself and Billy so that you can get some for him too. Awesome! Thank you! This is unfortunate because I made sure to warn your father about all of this. Why did he end up still eating your things like that? Even this morning, the bread I was saving for breakfast was all gone. This is starting to drive me crazy. Well, maybe you should put a lock on the fridge so that he can't get in. Because no matter how many times you keep telling him, he keeps on eating everything. Like at dinner when he just starts eating food off of everyone else's dishes. And after we are all out of food, he'll say that he ate too much and then go take a nap on the couch.
You have that right. He ends up eating all of the side dishes that I make, and I end up having to make ready-to-eat soup for you all. Maybe we can eat at a different time then? What do you think?
That sounds like a good idea. Dad will look pretty lonely eating all by himself, but this was all his fault to begin with.
Then today, let's all have dinner before your dad gets home.
Finally! It's been a long time since we've been able to relax and eat. I know he probably wants to eat a lot of your cooking since it's so good, but still, we want it too. And the fact that he wants it all to himself is just the worst. Who does that?
And it's funny because your dad never compliments my food like you do. But since you've said that, I feel a lot more excited to cook for you kiddos now. I'll make sure from today that I cook a lot more food for you and Billy to eat, okay?
Oh, I just remembered. It's Christmas soon, right? I have a whole bunch of things that I really want to eat. Can I ask you to make something for me?
Of course. But Dad will also be around, so we have to try our best to hide whatever I make for you so he can't get to it.
Oh, okay. True. Okay, let's do that. Or how about you just make twice as much? That way Dad can eat as much as he'd like, and the rest of us can have our share too. Right?
Well, I guess I can figure out how to make extra portions. I like to cook, so that's all fine with me. But on Christmas Day, we'll also be going over to your grandparents' house to celebrate there, right? So make sure that before we get home to have the family dinner, you don't eat too many sweets over at their place, okay?
Alright. I'll make sure that when we are at their house, Dad is the only one that eats all of the lunch they make. Because it'll be your cooking for dinner, I'll make sure to only eat just a bit there.
Good. Nice plan.
Hey, hurry up and get home. Where did you all go anyway?
I took all the kids with me to a restaurant to have dinner.
What? But you made dinner for all of us to eat here, right? So hurry up and get back here. I'm hungry.
Well, you went ahead and ate pretty much all of what I made, so we had to go out to find some more food. I even told you not to eat any of what I made. But by the time I had come into the kitchen, half of what I'd made was gone. Billy was crying because of you, and Sarah is really angry with you as well.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have put all the food out on the table like that. There was no way I could let all of that delicious-looking food just sit out like that.
But it's Christmas! I was making all sorts of food for us to eat, and yet you still couldn't hold off until dinner. It was just another 30 minutes before my parents brought the kids home. But even within that short amount of time, you already started eating. So I had no choice but to take the kids with me to get something else to eat.
But so what? Why does that mean the rest of you get to go out now? I made sure to leave some food for the rest of you guys.
That isn't the problem we have with you, Paul. And by the way, you're really bad at actually leaving any food for the rest of us. So I highly doubt there's enough there for the three of us.
Shut up. Don't just leave me behind because I ate some dinner before you all. I told you before that this is all food paid for with my money. Why not just cook some more?
Then what about the cake that we specifically hid in the garage? You ate that one too! You're so mean, Dad!
Sarah, listen. I'm sorry about that, okay? But that cake was one damn tasty cake for sure.
Dad, that was the cake that I bought for us with my money. I had to reserve that cake in advance and everything.
Oh, really?
Yes!
I didn't know that that was the case, Sarah. Sorry about that.
I read the messages between you and Mom, and you're such a jerk. I bought that cake with the money I received from Grandma and Grandpa on my birthday. That was the money they said I could have after all the help I did over at their place.
Well, I never knew about that.
Ever since my birthday, I have been saving a lot of money for that really nice cake. Yet you selfishly ate it all by yourself.
Well, I'm really sorry about that. But it was just a cake, so there has to still be some stores that you can buy another at, right?
That was the cake I wanted to share with the family. I was thinking that would be my present to everyone, since it was pretty expensive. But even then, I never thought you'd eat it. I even wrote a note that said not to touch it that I placed on top of it.
I'm sorry, but I didn't see that note.
Dad, you've been eating way too much recently. Why do you keep thinking it's okay to just eat whatever you see? Why can't you just wait and ask one of us if you're allowed to eat anything?
Well, my stomach is always a little empty, so I just have to get a bite or two.
Well, from now on, maybe you should start thinking with your brain and not your belly. Both me and Billy were really looking forward to eating all of that tasty-looking food today that Mom made. Is it a bad thing that your own kids want to eat the food that you paid for?
Well, that's not what I meant, darling.
I really wanted to eat that dinner that Mom made today. But at this point, I can't eat anything at that house. You just think that whatever is in that house is yours. So that's why Mom asked us to leave you there and we go out for dinner today at whatever restaurant was open.
But today is Christmas, Sarah. There's at least a little cake left over. And we were all supposed to be together as a family celebrating. And recently, I've been eating alone quite a lot, so it's been really lonely. So would you guys come back here and eat with me?
Well, you've already eaten dinner on your own, so we aren't coming home now. And even if we decide to come home to eat with you, you just start eating more of what's left over.
I'm telling you that I already ate. There's no way I can fit any more into me right now.
So then we are just going to be eating your leftovers? Don't treat us like you are allowed to enjoy Christmas before the rest of us can. Anyway, our food's here, so we are going to start eating now. Please don't bother texting us anymore.
Wait, Sarah. I'm apologizing, so tell your mother to get back here.
Well, we don't want to see you right now, so blah! You should at least let us have a relaxing dinner for Christmas, so leave us alone. Bye, Dad.
Hannah, you still haven't come back from your parents' place. To me, this all feels a bit out of hand, don't you think?
Really? Because I thought this was just the right thing to do after all the times I had warned you. But you never listened to me. And so when you just kept going against my word, I had to leave you.
I get that you're upset, but leaving the house with the kids because of that does seem a little wrong and extreme. I've never heard of anyone leaving their home just because their husband eats a lot of food. And I already apologized for eating that great cake Sarah ordered for us. So it's getting time for you guys to stop messing around and come back home.
The fact that you don't see any of this as a problem is the problem. You'd even go as far as stealing the kids' snacks. And even when I keep telling you to quit, you just keep going. You did it even on Christmas. And on that day, we had had enough and decided it was time to go. So you need to see that we left you because we are all angered by your pathetic eating habits.
Well, can't you all at least cut me some slack? There's no need to get upset over food. It's on you guys for not getting to all your food first, right?
Well, if that's the way you want to think of it, then we aren't coming home. If we started doing this to you and your food, what would you think? How would you feel not having any safe place to keep your food and eat? When we'd sit down for dinner, you'd eat all the main foods and leave us with just bread and soup. I'd end up having to make microwave food for the kids so that they could still get protein and vegetables.
Well, that's because you guys never eat that food before it goes cold.
Well, do you think that everyone has to eat as fast as you do? And this isn't just about dinner. I'm talking about you eating all the kids' snacks and the ingredients for other meals. To me, that looks like you don't care about the rest of us. Do you think it's all right that we don't get to eat any of the delicious foods in the house?
Of course, I don't think that. I'm really sorry for what happened this time that pissed you all off.
Are you sure? You've said that plenty of times, yet never changed. All you do is say that you feel sorry and then go back to hoarding all the food for yourself. And even if I cook more food or buy more snacks, you just eat more of it.
Well, it's just that when I see something that looks good, I accidentally eat most of it.
Then maybe it's time you go see a doctor or something.
Why should I do that?
Because you are eating things without even thinking about it. You might have something wrong mentally that needs to be addressed. And look at your weight. You're already over 300 pounds and are only 5'9". That's not healthy. And I'm not looking forward to you having a heart attack and passing away. Then it'll only be me left to raise the kids. And I'll have to find a way to get a full-time job.
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong about my weight.
So then you're completely okay thinking about the fact that you have been eating this much food. Is that it? You must just think that all that extra weight is your stomach making more space for you to eat more of our food then. If you think that way, then I'm not sure I want to keep cooking for you.
I promise not to eat your guys' food, okay? And if I do start to get the urge to eat something, I'll definitely come ask one of you guys first.
Well, we already made that promise earlier and you broke it right away. If you start to get hungry that quickly and need something to eat, then go out and buy it yourself. Then I'll stop complaining about how much you eat and your weight. But I'm sure that even then you'd try and take your kids' snacks. If you keep doing this, I'm not sure I'll be able to stick around you any longer.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean? When you say you don't want to be around me, you're not thinking about getting a divorce, right?
Well, if you continue with this selfish behavior, then I don't know. Because of the way you've been acting, I've become really stressed about cooking. So then I start thinking you'd be better off just living and eating on your own. So that way you can get what your heart desires. That'll leave me and the kids to go out and finally have the peace of mind to buy and eat what we want without it being stolen from us.
I'm sorry. I never really thought about how this all was affecting you guys.
You think? We knew that you never thought about us. And it's great to see you finally realizing that. Do you think we want to live with someone that doesn't care for us?
Then, from this day on, I'll change for you all. I'll no longer eat more than I need. And anytime I want to eat something that isn't mine, I'll just go out and buy my own.
And how am I going to trust you this time? Up until now, you've always just given me empty promises, and then you've gone ahead and continued to eat our food anyway.
So then come back home and see with your own eyes. You'll be able to see that I'm really going to change.
I'm really afraid to give you any more chances.
I know that, but please, you've got to give me another chance to make things right. I don't want you or the kids to leave me over this, okay?
Fine. But if you go back to stealing our food again, then I really will leave with the kids and then I'll divorce you. I know that most people might think this is extreme, but when it just keeps happening this many times, you really have no other choice.
I know. So I will change. I really want to show you that I still care about you all.
Well then, to start, go ahead and apologize to your daughter. She told me that she felt bad about you always eating things without being able to control yourself, you know? And when you ate the Christmas cake she bought for us, I think that really broke her heart into pieces. She told you not to eat it, yet you ate it all anyway.
I'll apologize to both Sarah and Billy. I'll apologize for ruining their Christmas this year, and for all of the food I've been eating.
Okay, good. I still have one more thing to ask of you.
What's that? I'll do anything for you now that I know you're being so forgiving.
When we get back to the house and things start to get normal again, I want you to start eating after all of us.
What?
You can still come to the table to eat with us, but you can't start eating anything until 15 minutes after we have all started. Once you've had the chance to watch us all eat the food that I've prepared, you can start eating yours. And then I'd really like you to start burning that extra weight you've put on over the past few years.
That's a crazy idea, Hannah. And if you all start doing that, won't there be nothing for me to eat?
Well, this has been what you've done to us for months, right? You told me that if we had something we wanted to eat that was gone, we could make some more for ourselves, right? So don't be a hypocrite.
But that's extreme. There's no need for that.
Then we won't be coming home.
Okay, fine. Fine. You can have it your way. Just come back, okay?
So I brought the kids with me back to the house and Paul apologized to both of them and to me as well. Of course, the kids still didn't feel too happy with him. But after a while, they were all laughing about it as we sat at the dinner table to eat. Having my husband start eating 15 minutes after the rest of us was a great idea too. It sure gave Paul the lesson that he needed to learn. And after a few weeks of doing that, he started to lose weight, which was the icing on top of the cake too. He not only looked better, but he said he felt better from the inside. I'm sure that all of this might sound a bit extreme or crazy, but you don't understand how annoying it was. So I'm glad that we sorted this out. I told him, though, that if he gets back to his bad eating habits again, this time we're definitely leaving him. We also managed to save a bit of money every week, too, which was another great thing. So, here's to hoping that things will only get better from here. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment. See you in the next one.
Hey, Cassie, I need your help. I need you to come get me.
Mark, is everything okay? I can't really come pick you up right now. I'm at work.
They won't let me go without a family member. Look, I don't really want to get into a long discussion. Just get over here and sign the papers for me so that I can go home.
Where are you? What happened? Are you at the hospital? Were you in an accident? I'll take time off if I need to, but I can't just leave in the middle of the day without even giving a reason.
I'm at the police station, okay? The one across the street from the supermarket we always go to.
Huh? The police station? Could you please tell me why you're there? Just stop beating around the bush. If you need me to come get you, I'm gonna find out anyway.
I got caught shoplifting. It was just a stupid charger for my phone. $29.99, so not a big deal. I don't know why they had to drag me down here. I offered to pay for the damn thing.
So, you stole a charger. Why? I mean, why didn't you just buy it? Why would you even...
I don't know, okay? I don't like this any more than you do, so just come and pick me up. It was just a lapse in judgment. I screwed up. Let's just go home and never talk about it again.
Mark, you really think that's gonna work? You stole something, got caught, and are asking me to pick you up, right? Not talking about it isn't really one of the options.
Just come and pick me up. This is humiliating. This place is disgusting. There are criminals everywhere. It smells. There's a woman screaming about her kids, and I'm pretty sure that she doesn't have any. Just get me out of here, please.
Fine, I'll go ask my boss for a half day off. But don't get me wrong, I'm not happy about this, and we are going to discuss it when we get home.
Fine, whatever. Just come and pick me up. Hey, babe, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, and I'm a man. And I just wanted you to know that. I'm a man and no one is gonna keep me down anymore. Like pirates at sea, yo ho ho.
Mark, you sound super drunk. Are you alright? I thought you had a big meeting at work today.
I did. It was a load of crap. My boss was crap, the clients were idiots, and I quit. 'Cause I'm my own man. They can't tell me what to do, stupid jerks.
Wait, what? You quit? For real? Like, you gave in your notice already? If you want to quit your job, at least look for a different one first. You can't just up and quit.
Well, I did. It was epic. I threw the papers everywhere, got on the conference table, and told everyone off. Then I farted the longest fart ever and gave them all the middle finger and left.
Oh God, you can't be serious.
So serious, babe. You should have been there.
I'm not sure I would enjoy seeing you like this. I don't know what's happening to you lately. You seem really off.
I'm great, king of the world. Cassie, you're so lucky you're with a man like me. When the zombies come, I'm the only one that can save you. You don't even get it. I'd save you, so all I need for you is to be my wife.
Oh, Mark, why don't you come home and rest? Where are you right now?
I'm in your heart and on your mind. You can always find me if you look within yourself. Man, that is so true.
Just tell me the address. I'm coming to get you.
I don't know the address. The bartender's hot, though.
Can you pass your phone to the bartender then?
What? Is it finally happening? Do you want a threesome? Her name's Lena. Here.
No, I need the address, you idiot. Hello? Hi, sorry about that. Lena? Is everything okay? I'm Mark's wife. I think he's had a few too many. I want to go pick him up. Could you give me your address? Thanks. Oh, sure. It's 1012 Saunders Avenue. We have a neon sign flashing, so it's hard to miss. The place is called the Hail Mary. Okay, thanks. I didn't know he goes to that part of town. I mean, sorry, but it's not really the nicest neighborhood. Does he go there a lot? No, I've never seen him before. He was pretty wasted when he got here. He must have been drinking somewhere else and met Jim. They came in together. Jim's a regular. I don't want to overstep, but you should come pick up your husband as soon as possible. Jim's bad news. He's a great guy, but he's super impulsive and aggressive sometimes. It seems every week or so, someone ends up beaten bloody. Oh God, is Mark okay? Oh yeah, he's having a great time. I didn't mean to scare you, sorry. I've just watched these guys come in here long enough. I feel like a preschool teacher, you know? No, not really. Maybe it doesn't make sense. I basically spend my time analyzing customers. It's kind of my hobby. They do say a bartender is like a therapist. Actually, I'm getting my MA in psychology this year. I'm doing my thesis on alcohol and its effect on genetic predispositions. Oh wow, good for you. Any words of wisdom for my drunk husband? Oh, this is so weird. I don't even know you. It's just that Mark's been acting weird lately and I don't know what to make of it. I can't say anything categoric. I mean, I've only seen him once, drunk. Plus, I don't have my degree yet. That's okay. I'm just curious what your take on this is. He was perfectly normal when I married him. He had his quirks, but nothing that bad, you know? Quirks like what? Like he'd get mad about something small and cancel all our plans. Once in a while, he'd stay in his office for days after a fight, like on a hunger strike. He wouldn't answer me or anything. Does he get depressed? Not really. He doesn't seem sad or sullen, more like angry. He's never been violent, though, so I've just thought of him as kind of passionate. Right. Do you know if anyone in his family had bipolar disorder? Huh? Bipolar. Oh, actually, I think his dad got diagnosed with it. He passed away, so I don't remember. It was suicide. Actually, I just remembered his dad got caught shoplifting a few times, too. This was all before I married him, so I've only heard bits of information from his family. Crap, the boss just came back. Look, it's totally not my place to say, but if you want my 2 cents, you should really try to get him to a doctor. Okay, I'm just kind of waiting to see if... I don't know, he's just going through a tough time. Thanks for the talk, I'll come pick Mark up now. Okay, drive safe. What's up, sis? Well, not that I don't already know. Mom told me all about it. I was surprised to hear that you were moving. Is that really what you want? Yeah, that's the plan at least. I'm hoping that we'll be able to move out by the end of the month. Wow, that must be nice. I'm almost jealous. Where did you decide to move to again? Wasn't it a pretty busy part of New York? You heard right. We thought it'd be exciting to be able to see all the new sights it had to offer. That, and it's pretty close to where my husband works. It's a pretty good deal. That sounds like you found a nice place to hunker down. I've heard all about the work opportunities there, as long as you look in the right places. But isn't the rent there pretty high? I've heard it's hard finding affordable housing. I'd never be able to live there with the job I'm working. Well, it's not like I'm doing any serious work, but still. It'd be nice if I found a man who made that much. I'd be on Easy Street if that were to happen. Why don't you find somewhere you can work yourself? I heard you still haven't got a full-time job ever since you quit your last one. Are you sure you don't need the money? I quit for a reason, Cassie. I was sick of that kind of life. Going to work and doing the same old crap just to go home and do it all over again. I've had my fill of that. I'd rather get by doing other things than start a full-time job again. But do you really think that's a good idea with how old you are? It'd be better if you had a plan. You never know when you could need extra money. Just how old do you think I am, Cassie? You're telling me to think about it, but I'm still only 31. There's still a long way to go. Well, even if you're working part-time, it becomes harder and harder to find a new job. You should seriously think about getting a better job. If you don't get any meaningful experience now, you won't be able to get a better job later. I knew you'd bring that up if I started talking about this with you. You were always the type to nag me about this. Don't you think you've told me this enough times? You don't have to tell me a million times. I already have a mom. You don't need to tell me what to do. I know you think things are fine now, but you have to think about the future as well. Aren't you worried about where you'll be in the next 10 years? Thanks for your lovely speech. I've been so very touched by it. I'm not like you, Cassie. I'm not gonna find a new job. I've already thought about it plenty. This is the way I want to live. I don't really care what you think I should do and shouldn't do. It's my decision either way. Why are you so interested about this in the first place? I'm just worried about what will happen to you if you don't stop acting so rashly. I'm not particularly picky when it comes to finding a partner. If I happen to come across someone who's well off, I wouldn't mind tying the knot with them. For me, financial security holds more significance than love or emotional connection in a relationship. Is that really how you feel, though? I'm not sure I believe you. Don't you care at all about finding someone you can have a connection with? But now it's about time I face reality, considering my age. Isn't that what you said? I'd want someone like your husband. He's got all the things I'd ever need. I wouldn't mind being a full-time homemaker, enjoying the luxury of pampering myself with regular spa visits and having time to myself. I'd love to live that dreamy, extravagant lifestyle like all the wives of famous people. Who wouldn't want something like that? Hey, if that's what you really want, you can try and do that. You're right. In the end, it's your decision on what you do. What's up with your response? It's like you don't think I'll be able to pull it off. Are you saying that it's impossible for someone like me to do that? Is this because you think you're better than me? Do you think I could never be as good as you? That's not what I was saying. I'm just saying to be careful. You can talk big, but it doesn't mean that your plans are gonna go your way. Just don't cause any trouble for our parents, okay? You know, you're such a nag. How about putting a little bit of faith in me for once? Anyway, never mind. How about you invite me over to your new place next time? I'd like to get a look around. You are going to be living in New York of all places. I'd be okay with that. It'd be fun to show you around if you had the chance to come. And I was going to have Mom and Dad over as well too eventually. Nice. I was hoping you'd say that. I've always wanted to imagine what it'd be like if I had a home in New York. This is going to be so much fun. I can hardly wait. So when can you have me? I'm dying to come over. I'll figure out something. You'll have to give me some time. I'm glad you're looking forward to this, but I can't give you a time right now. It'd be good if you and Mom and Dad could all come at the same time. So I'll talk with them and get back to you on when you could join us. Got it. I'll keep an eye out for that then. Just make sure you're as excited to have me over as I am to come over. Well, that was a blast. Thanks again for having me over, Cassie. Although when I heard that you were gonna live in New York, I didn't think you'd actually live in a high-rise. I know you like it, but isn't it a bit much for you? And why didn't you tell me? I was sure that I told you about it before. It must have slipped my mind. I always thought you knew about it. I wasn't trying to hide the fact. Are you sure? You'd think you'd tell me first thing that it was a high-rise you were living in. I thought you'd be living in something a little more restrained. It must cost a lot with how good the location is. Are you really that rich? Well, you know, it was actually a second-hand property that happened to come up when I was looking around. But surprisingly, it turned out to be the exact location I'd been hoping for. I had to think about it and weigh the options. I didn't just buy it because I wanted to. But it didn't seem like it was a second-hand property. It was way too nice looking. You two may be both working, but this place must cost a fortune. I mean, it's not the kind of house that you can just easily buy, right? It's not like a simple and affordable purchase, is it? You're right. It's not the kind of house you can easily buy. But when I think about living there for the rest of my life, it seems alright. I believe it was a good choice, you know? I think it was a decision worth making. You really must have it nice. Do you realize how good you have it? I've never seen someone who is as well off as you are. Well, I don't really think it's like that, though. Everyone has their own path and definition of success, right? But you know, you're married, working, and on top of that, you even bought a luxury condo. Mark even is working for one of those big-name companies. Seriously, what you have is an absolutely perfect life without a single worry. I mean, I do feel like things went pretty well for me, but that doesn't mean everything has been easy either, you know? It sure doesn't seem like that. Your action sure supports that theory. Is there something you have to prove otherwise? Look, I'm not trying to prove anything. I'm just trying to live my life. Let's not compare apples and oranges. On top of that, your husband is even the perfect guy. Not only does he have a great job, he made us that delicious lunch today. It was so good. He truly lives up to his high-class status. It must be nice having a husband like him. Cooking has always been Mark's hobby, and lately, since I've been coming home later than before, he's been cooking more. It's nice that he does that for me. I owe him one. Wow, Mark really is the perfect man, all in one package. I've got to find someone like him. Just hearing about Mark is making me jealous. I feel lucky to have someone like him around. Having Mark in my life makes me truly grateful. You'd better be. Any girl would die to be with a man like him. Oh, that reminds me, there's been something I wanted to ask you. There's a little favor you could do for me. It'd help me a lot if you could lend me a hand with this. A favor? What do you have in mind? Can you introduce me to a friend or relative of Mark? It'd solve all my problems. His friends must be working at the same kind of company he's working at. They'd probably even look as good as Mark does. It'd mean I'd be able to marry a wealthy and good-looking man. Not only that, I'd be able to relax at home and live the kind of life I've always wanted. So, can you give me a few names? Well, I think that might be difficult. People around our age are mostly already married. That goes for Mark's friends too. Most of them are already happily married. But there must be some single people, right? If they have money, it's even fine if they're already married. I'm not picky. I'm just looking out for someone that'd want to be with me. Whoa, what are you saying, Erica? Aren't you getting carried away thinking about money? You can't just cheat with someone so you can get the things you want. You don't want to go down that kind of path. It wouldn't end well. But think of the fun. Just imagine what I could do if it worked. All I would need is for one guy to fall head over heels for me. After that, all I need them to do is get rid of their other partner and remarry with me. There has to be some guys that aren't happy with the person they married, right? That makes it a win-win for everyone. Listen, you know there's no way I can introduce a married person to you, Erica. What are you even thinking? No matter how you try to justify it, it wouldn't be right. I'm not doing this. Stick with looking for unmarried guys, okay? But that's gonna make things so hard. I can't be as lucky as you are. Wait, hear me out on this idea. What if you were to divorce Mark? Then I could marry him. Wait, are you joking about this, or are you seriously asking me this? I'm worried that I even have to ask you about this. It'd be the fastest way to solve my problem. He has all the things I want. He's got a great house, a great job, and even the looks to back it. I know you might think this is funny, but I don't really like this kind of joke. Oh, I'm not joking. This could really work if we tried. You can't be serious right now, Erica. But it'd be a great idea. I've always thought that you hooked up with quite the guy. So what's wrong with wanting him for myself? What's wrong is that he's already sworn himself to me. You were even there for the wedding. It's my husband we're discussing, not just some random guy. What are you thinking? I'm just thinking out loud. But you can't lie, it's not a bad idea. He's always been out of your league, Cassie. Don't you think he'd be better with someone else? Someone like me? And you've been married for 6 years, you know? You don't even have children. If you think about it, it's better to be a wife who can't have children than a wife who can't make them. I think it's better to be with someone young and full of possibilities like me. Stop messing around. I wouldn't let this happen. I don't want you trying this, Erica. I'd never forgive you if you tried this, even if it didn't work. Whoa, don't you think that's a bit dramatic? It'd be Mark's choice in the end. It's not your choice to make. Even if you didn't want it, you can't stop how a man feels. So if he starts falling for me and decides to break up with you, don't get upset at me, okay? That's not gonna happen, Erica. You don't even love Mark like I do. All you want is to take advantage of him. What makes you the expert on what love is and what love isn't? Just because he has many good qualities doesn't mean I wouldn't love him. I'd be the perfect wife for him if he gave me the chance to be. Maybe I'll even start messaging him now. It'd be a waste to not at least try. I'm gonna start talking with him now, Cassie, so I gotta go. I'll see you later, Cassie. Don't do something you'll regret, Erica. This isn't gonna go the way you think it will. And don't just ignore me like this. Listen to what I'm telling you. I've been standing here for ages trying to get your attention. Hey, what brings you here? This place is already my home, and it seems like you're trying to trespass. Don't you know it's rude to be peeking in someone else's house? Where did you get that idea? Look, can you just let me in? I'm not in the mood for this. I'm telling you to let me in. I'm saying I don't want to, and if I don't want to, then I'm not gonna. I'll be living here with Mark, so an ugly parasite like you can live on the streets for all I care. What the heck do you think you're doing? Didn't I tell you what I was planning? That I was looking for a man? Well, it looks like I found someone I'm interested in. But what does that have to do with not letting me into my own house? Weren't you paying attention to what was going on in the last 2 months? I guess you haven't with how you're reacting right now. You should have been more careful if you didn't want something like this to happen, Cassie. It's like I said before, you can't get mad at me over this. You can't be serious. Do you even know what you're doing? I thought I talked to you about this. Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. All I did was take Mark away from the plain and unattractive older sister of mine. I wasn't gonna let a man like him be tied down with a woman like you. Don't think you can justify what you're doing. You know what you're doing is nothing but an affair. Do you really think I'll stay silent and step back? I'd rather die than let you get away with this. Do you think I'd be scared of what you can do to me? All you can do at this point is agree to divorce Mark and bow out quietly. Why should I have to listen to what you say? Do you really think I'd let you do this? You can't walk all over me because you think you're better than me. All you're gonna get is a divorce settlement. There's nothing else in the cards for you. You can complain all you want, but you can't do anything else, can you? You can talk it all out with Mark. I don't have to do a thing. I told you I wouldn't let you get away with this. I'm not going to back down. I'd back down if I was you. Don't you know that Mark is now on my side? He's not gonna fight me when he's the one in love with me now. You're old news now. I'm the girl he wants to be with now. He was even talking to me about wanting to start a family with me. He even said he'd make Mom and Dad okay with that. That's not going to happen. Mom and Dad aren't as stupid to agree with what you've done. He's tricking you if you think he's really going to be the perfect husband for you.
And why should I believe that? He's in love with me now. He wouldn't lie to me. He may have told you a lie or two, but that was you. He's completely different when he's with me.
If that's what you really think, then go ahead and believe him. Don't come crying to me when things don't work out.
That's what I was gonna tell you, actually. You're just trying to throw me off so you can try to get back with Mark. But that's not gonna work. He's already fully committed to me now. If you're so upset about it, then why not just admit it? I'm not falling for your lies, Cassie.
I may be upset, but I'm not lying. This isn't going to end well for you, Erica. You may have thought you've won, but you'll see later the mistake you've made. So don't complain when things don't work out. Don't come crying to me.
Why would I come crying to you? If anything, you'd be the one who's crying. I'm not giving him back, no matter what you say. He's mine now.
Go ahead. You can have him all you want now. If he's really that special to you, then he's all yours. Just remember that in the end, I'm gonna be the one who's right about this, not you. You'll come to see that I was the one who knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. I hear you loud and clear. You can stop complaining now. It's not going to change anything. I'm going to have a happy married life with Mark from now on, so here's a little something for you. I'll slip the divorce papers through the gap in the door. Now hurry up and take them and disappear somewhere. We're done here. Have a good life, Cassie. I know I sure will. I'm sorry, Cassie. You've got to forgive me. This isn't what I wanted. I didn't think that this would happen.
What the heck do you want? After everything you told me a few days ago? What's this all of a sudden?
I was just having a little bit of fun, but then the cops showed up. They started asking all these questions and treated me like a criminal.
What did you expect was going to happen? The apartment is under my name. That means that I own the place, which means you don't get a say about if you get to live there. It's my call. I'm not going to give you my house just because you said it was yours now.
Can you at least call off the police? They don't have to be involved in this. What are you trying to do to your own sister anyway? Mark says he's sorry too, so don't make this into something bigger than it actually is.
I thought you said Mark would solve all your problems. Why didn't you ask him to talk to the police if he's such a great guy? Or do you already realize that this isn't going to work?
I've already tried having him explain things to the police. It didn't work at all. Not only that, but I learned that he really wasn't telling me the truth about things.
It's about time you learned about that. You'd think with all the confidence you had in him, you'd at least know a few things about him. I guess it was too embarrassing for him to be honest with you, huh?
How was I supposed to know that he didn't have a job?
You could have tried asking him what he did for a living when you were making him fall for you? Oh, but he must have lied when you asked that, didn't he? Huh?
So, that's why the house is under your name.
He wasn't going to be paying for it when he doesn't have a job. He may have been employed for some time when we were first married, but ever since 2 years ago, he's been unemployed and just taking care of the house. I've been the one paying for everything for the last while.
But why would he have quit? Didn't he work for that big company?
He did, but about 2 years ago, he threw in the towel. He said something about not being able to stand his coworkers and that he was overworked. Then one day, he just quit out of nowhere. It may have been a stupid move on his part, but I was also working at a good company too. We still had plenty of money to get by. He said he'd take care of the house and cooking if I'd keep providing for him.
You're telling me that for the last 2 years, you've been making all the money. But he was bragging to me all the time about how much he was making. How could he have paid for our dates when he wasn't working?
Just because he didn't work didn't mean he didn't have any money left. He still had some savings left from the time he was still working. Not enough to last him without me around, but enough to spend here and there.
I can't believe that you were the one who was making all the money. How much do you even make if you can afford a high-rise apartment?
I make around $175,000 a year. It depends on how well the year goes. That's why I've gone out of my way and bought an apartment in New York. I'd be crazy to do that if I wasn't making as much as I am.
You make that much, but what do you even do? You've got to be pulling my leg.
That's just the power of having your own business. Things go well enough, you can really make a lot of money after things take off.
You started your own company. So that's how you've made so much.
It wasn't easy, of course. I was worried it'd fail for the first several months. I had to study and work my butt off just to make sure things would work out. I even asked Mom and Dad for advice every now and then. They kept the whole thing a secret from you for me. They knew you'd pester me for money if you knew.
But how could they hide something as big as that from me? Do they think I'm a kid or something?
That's a good way to put it. They knew how self-centered you've been in the past. They didn't want you causing trouble.
I wouldn't have caused trouble.
Are you sure about that? What about our childhood then? Whenever I had something you didn't, you'd complain to Mom and Dad that you wanted one too. Even now, you took my husband just because you were jealous of what you didn't have. But I guess I have to thank you, Erica. Mark wasn't really doing a great job even when he was only in charge of the house. And if he really is fine cheating on me without a second thought, I think this is for the best. I don't need a man like him. He's perfect for you, now that I think about it, so you can have him.
I didn't know he wasn't as good as he seemed. If I'd have known he wasn't working anymore, I'd have let you keep him. He doesn't even own the apartment you two were living in. So you can have him back. I'm done with him.
I think I'm good. I'd rather you keep him. I even went ahead and turned in the divorce papers that you gave me a few days ago. We're not going to be married for much longer, it seems. So he's all yours, Erica. He's not my husband anymore.
Wait, you actually took that divorce paper and turned it in?
Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? I'm done being Mark's wife. It was the logical thing to do.
But that's a huge problem. What am I supposed to do with him? Is this what you meant when you said that things weren't gonna go how I thought they were? That's crazy. How could you do this to me?
I think you're the crazy one. All I did was tell you the truth. I'm not the one who stole someone's husband and tried to take their sister's house. Plus, Mark changed after we were married for a few years. He started acting weird and quit his job. I've been fed up with his erratic behavior for some time now, but he just refuses to go to a doctor with me. What I did was the logical choice. It's been a long time coming.
But I thought you were in love with him. Are you gonna tell me now that you never had feelings for him?
Oh, is that why I married him? I guess I must have cared about him at some point. But that was before he changed, and that was long before you came along and tried taking him. But aren't you happy with how things turned out? You got him all to yourself now. You can start a family and start a whole new life together. Isn't that what you told me you wanted? To start anew with my amazing husband, Mark. Don't worry, I'm all for you two marrying.
That's impossible now. We can't get married when he's jobless. We'd never be able to afford living, let alone starting a family.
Then why don't you get a job? I'm sure Mark isn't interested in working anymore. You'll just have to work together to figure out a way to make it work. Good luck with that. Make sure to enjoy each other's company and try your hardest, okay? Because I'll need you to get out of my house. I'm sure the police have told you that much. It is my house, after all. I'm not running a charity here. So can you get out already?
I can't leave when I don't have anywhere else to go. This is the only place I have to stay right now. Can't you just let me stay? We can kick out Mark if you agree to let me live with you. It could be like how it was when we were younger.
I'd rather not relive that. And why would I have to let you live with me? Aren't you the one who tried to steal my partner just so you could live a lazy life? Not only that, you don't cook, you're a slob, and you don't even have a job. I don't see any positives in having someone like you around my house. I'd rather live with a homeless person off the street than live with you.
But we're family.
We're supposed to look out for each other. Is that what you were thinking when you tried taking Mark from me? I don't need someone who only uses the term family as an excuse to get out of trouble. You don't even have a family anymore. We've all decided to disown you, Erica. Disown me. Mom and Dad already heard all about what you've been up to. They have no intention of letting someone like you back into their house anytime soon. They said they don't need a daughter who doesn't have any shame. But what did I do to them? Do I really have to explain everything to you? You're a 31-year-old brat who doesn't have a job or help with anything. All you do is take advantage of others so you can do whatever you please. You were even okay ruining the marriage of your own sister so you could marry someone rich. Why wouldn't they disown you after all the stunts you've pulled? But home is the only place I can go home to now. Oh, that's right, isn't it? Well, I guess that's because you don't have a full-time job and we're leeching off of others. And now you won't have anything to leech off of Mark after the divorce. Wait, you aren't really gonna make him pay you, are you? Why would you do this to him? That's how divorce works, doesn't it? I'm not letting him off the hook because he's unemployed. I'm gonna be getting everything that's mine. He won't be bailing you out anytime soon with how the divorce is gonna go. It's what you deserve too. It's only fair you pay after what you've done. But then I'll have no one left to turn to. I won't be able to survive without having someone to rely on. I can't live like that. I'd make plans then. Mark certainly isn't going to be able to take care of you. Maybe you could start by getting an actual job and not working 15 hours a week? An actual job? Like working 40 hours a week? You're going to be needing the money when you don't have a place anymore. It'd be the perfect start for you to start taking more responsibility in your life. Don't start asking me for money either. I'm not giving you anything. You can't be serious right now. You have to be joking, right? It'd be weird for me to start joking out of nowhere, don't you think? You stealing my husband and trying to take my house wasn't a joke either, was it? Look, I didn't mean for this to happen. Things just happened, okay? It's not like I was wanting to hurt you or anything. Don't worry. All you need to do now is get out of my house and take Mark with you. That's what you wanted, isn't it? To be able to have Mark to yourself? You two can figure this whole thing out together. Honestly, now that I think about it, this is the best thing that could have happened to me, so thanks. What? Are you nuts? I stole your husband. How can you say that? I know it's kind of antiquated in this day and age, but when I married Mark, I really meant the vows. You know, to stand by him through sickness and health, for better or worse. But the last few years, it's been very trying. All the visits to the police, he's been hospitalized twice. It's not the kind of thing I had in mind when I got married. Huh? Police? You mean you tried to kick him out before? No. I mean all the times he got caught shoplifting and getting into other trouble. All minor stuff. What? Why didn't you tell me? Why would I? I was trying to support him, help him through whatever was going on. But at this point I have to admit I can't do it. What are you talking about? I'm so confused right now. Mark isn't what he told me at all. He was so sweet and kind to me. I totally fell for it. I had no idea he was such a disaster. I guess you can never really tell what people have going on the inside. People always try to come off better than they actually are. Well, yeah, but still. In a way, we're all kind of messed up. You think you aren't? What you did was impulsive and immoral. That's just the way I am. I get what I want, you know? Well, yeah, that's how you've been since we were little. It may just be that you're a crummy person, or maybe it's a symptom of something. Huh? Oh, you're not even making any sense. What am I supposed to do? What am I gonna do about Mark? And what's wrong with him? I don't even know what's real with him and what's not. Yeah, I know how you feel. But honestly, I don't really feel the need to help you through any of this. You did steal him from me. Maybe you should just take it all in stride and deal with it yourself. That's the thing about acting selfish. Eventually people will just want nothing to do with you. At least give me some hints as to what to do from now.
I have no idea what I need to do or what's going on with Mark.
Well, long story short, I think he's bipolar, but he won't get treatment. He thinks going to a psychiatrist is demeaning or something.
Bipolar? Mark's not crazy. He's totally fine mostly. God, you're such a drama queen. Bipolar is the one that the serial killer has at the end of Law and Order. Yeah, right.
Erica, stuff on TV is sensationalized. It's not that uncommon and it's not that extreme usually. I've looked into it.
Well, I'll let you know if I find any small animal bones in his closet. I think this is getting blown out of proportion. I just want to know why he lied to me about having a job and stuff, you know? Normal stuff.
Look, it's up to you whether or not you look into this, and I'm done trying. So yeah, if you go talk to a doctor, you should take his police records. He's been let off the hook with just a fine so far, but pretty sure he's gonna get into real trouble soon.
I know what's going on. I think you're just trying to scare me. You know, it totally makes sense. Mark didn't want to tell me he quit his job. He was probably just worried I wouldn't be interested in him if he told me the truth. He's been telling me about some business ventures he's working on the side. What matters is that he's ambitious and cares about me. You know what, you're right. I'm gonna support Mark. He deserves someone who believes in him. You didn't, and that's probably why he's so stressed out.
Okay then, so you're moving out with Mark.
Huh? Of course.
Well, that's what matters. Good luck with everything.
Okay, thanks.
What?
Nothing, it's just, I guess everything is fine. I just need a place for Mark and me.
Yep.
So, we're good? Hell no. I'm done with you and I'm done with Mark. I don't want to have anything to do with either of you. Fine. There's no talking to you anyway. I don't even believe some of the stuff you told me. I should go talk to Mark.
Yeah, you really should. Bye! Be out of my place in an hour. Don't leave anything behind.
Okay, bye.
Cassie, you need to help me. This is bad. This is so bad. Cassie, I need you to answer your phone. I think I killed your sister. Crap, I don't know what to do.
Mark? What the hell happened? What do you mean? Where's Erica? Is she hurt? She's not actually dead, right?
I don't know. She fell down the stairs.
Did you call the ambulance?
Not yet. I mean, she's not moving. It was right outside our place, so I just dragged her into our apartment. I don't think anyone saw me.
Call the ambulance! What are you even saying? Is she breathing?
I don't know. She's not cold or anything.
Check! And call the damn ambulance! Where are you? Just tell me the address now.
1121 Parker Lane, Building 5, Apartment 4C.
Okay, just a sec. I'm calling the ambulance.
Well, wait, don't.
Shut up.
What if she's dead? I don't want to go to jail.
I don't know what happened, but I already have the emergency operator on the phone. So she fell down the stairs.
Yeah, kinda.
What do you mean, kinda?
Well, I kinda shoved her. I didn't mean to hurt her or anything.
You pushed her down the stairs? What were you thinking?
We were fighting again. She keeps nagging me all day and it drives me nuts. I don't even remember doing it. 1 second she was yelling and the next she was just lying there at the bottom of the stairs. Actually, maybe I didn't push her. Maybe she fell.
Are you kidding me? This is crazy. I need to call my parents. Does she have a pulse? You know how to check for a pulse, right?
I think so. Yeah, I can feel a pulse, I think. Oh, I don't know.
Is she breathing? Just put your ear next to her mouth.
Yeah, she's breathing. Yes!
Shut up, you idiot. The ambulance and cops are coming now. Just sit tight and wait for them. I don't think there's anything we can do right now.
This isn't my fault, though. You need to come explain things to the police.
I'm not getting involved in this any more than I have to. I called the ambulance. I'll let my parents know, but that's about it. I don't want any part of this train wreck.
Oh, don't be cold. You're my wife.
Ex-wife. And you're with my sister.
Don't forget that. None of that has changed.
What am I supposed to do? I can't go to jail. Even just living in this ghetto apartment is making me feel insane. They're screaming and crying at all hours of the day. No wonder I lost it. I swear, Cassie, there's something weird about this place.
Mark, I've tried to talk to you about this before, and you always shut me down. So I'm only gonna try one last time. You gotta hear me out though, okay?
Okay, I'm desperate. Everything's falling apart, and I don't know why. It's getting worse since I left you.
No, Mark. It was bad before we divorced. It was bad for a while. Remember the first time you got arrested for stealing that charger? I think that's when I realized something was really off. You weren't acting like yourself anymore. There were lots of little things at home too. Like that time you bought 2 snakes out of nowhere.
I already told you stealing little things is a game. I didn't think I would get caught, and the snakes were just really cool.
You wanted to breed the frickin' things.
I thought it was a solid business idea. Snake skins are like $20 each.
Right. And how much did you spend on the snakes and their fancy tank and heating equipment?
Like $3,000? What? It was an investment.
Right. Anyway, that's not my point. All this stuff you do impulsively lately, I think it's a symptom of a bigger problem.
Symptom? So you think I'm sick?
Do you really not remember us talking about this before?
Huh? No, not really.
Really? About your dad and what he was like and how he died?
Oh, that, yeah. My father got depressed and offed himself. Super sad.
No, Mark, I'm serious. He wasn't just depressed. Remember they had him hospitalized once because he was stealing in plain view, then started throwing things and making a huge scene when the cops got involved?
Yeah, he was drunk. That's my pops for you.
No, Mark, he was sober. They tested his blood when he was taken in. There was nothing in his system.
Nothing?
Yeah, I guess you really don't remember. Your mom told me about it. It was a pretty difficult time for your family.
I guess. I just remember fighting with him a lot. That's around the time that I stopped talking to him.
I'll just tell you what your mom told me then. After that incident, your father was taken into a 72-hour psych hold. They diagnosed him with bipolar disorder. He was referred to a psychiatrist and was even told charges against him would be dropped if he sought proper medical help.
Yeah, Mom said something like that, but I thought it was just a strategy to get out of trouble. You know, like a get-out-of-jail card.
You thought that even after he passed? You're still choosing to believe that he wasn't sick?
I hate how people tiptoe around my dad's health. He was a drunk that killed himself. That's it.
I'm not denying either of those things. I'm just saying there may have been a cause behind all that. A cause that relates to you.
Cassie, I'm amazing. I'm talented, good-looking, and I'm not gonna off myself. Is that what you're getting at?
Look, it was too late for your father, but it's not too late for you. Just go to a doctor. Get some treatment.
Treatment for what? I'm fine.
That's not what you said at the beginning of this conversation. Scroll up and read it for yourself.
Right. So what, you're saying I'm bipolar?
Probably. I'm not a doctor, so I can't really diagnose you. But considering your father, the way you've been acting, I've spent hours reading about this, you know? When you quit your job, I knew something was wrong. The Mark I knew would never do that. I tried to let you recover and maybe figure things out on your own, hoping that you would go to a doctor eventually. I watched you screw up, get in trouble, steal money from me. I mean, you were my husband and I wanted to be there for you.
Hold on, I need to find my violin. Could you be more melodramatic?
I'm serious, Mark. You said you'd let me finish, so hear me out.
Fine, it's not like I'm going anywhere. The ambulance isn't here and Erica's still knocked out.
I'll just cut to the chase. You need to go to a doctor, ASAP. You're going to hurt someone else or yourself if you keep going like this. What am I saying? You already hurt someone. I was worried this was going to happen.
Maybe it wasn't me.
Mark, get real. You don't even remember what you did, right? You need to get checked out.
I'm not crazy.
I'm not saying that. But leaving this longer is definitely going to end badly. I've thought and prayed on this for years, Mark. You have to go for help. You need to accept there's something going on. You need to get help.
Well, it didn't work for my dad, did it?
I know. Your mom told me they were still trying to get his meds figured out and he stopped going to his appointments.
So, you see, the doctors didn't even help him. Maybe they even pushed him over the edge.
No, don't think like that. I think it was too late or he needed more supervision.
So now it's my mom's fault?
Mark, it's not anyone's fault. I just want you to think about it. You have the same tendencies as your father. I just think you can learn from his life, not follow in his footsteps.
You know, my dad wasn't a bad guy. He was actually really good to me when I was a kid. He even coached field hockey the whole 4 years I was in high school.
I know, I'm not saying he was a bad guy or a bad father. I'm saying he was sick. If he only got the help he needed on time, maybe things would have been different.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Right, and I'm saying you're in the same boat. You could be back to your old self if you get the right help.
I don't know. I don't think I'm that bad, you know? I mean, no one else thinks I'm crazy.
Maybe you should stop using the word crazy. That's not what I'm saying. Whatever it is, though, it's getting worse. Until you started sleeping with Erica, I spent a lot of time researching how to help you without taking you to the doctor. That's why I took the job in New York. I thought a change would get you motivated again.
Oh man, I didn't know that. I feel kind of bad now.
Kinda. Well, anyway, I guess this is goodbye. I really hope you get some help.
Oh, wait, help me. No one else cared this much about me. When Erica wakes up, she's gonna dump me for sure. I'll be all alone.
Mark, one of the things about this mental problem is that you're gonna push people away until you admit there's a problem. You're the one who has to help yourself.
The police are here. They've just barged in.
Just tell them the truth and don't do anything stupid. Stay calm.
Oh, come help me.
The emergency medics and police will help you. Bye, Mark. Good luck.
Hey, sis. You're really not coming to visit me? I am in the hospital, you know.
Hey, yeah, I know. I'm the one that called the ambulance, remember? But no, I'm not coming to visit you. I heard Mom and Dad went, though.
Yeah, they popped in with some donuts and an ultimatum. Ditch Mark and move in with them or never talk to them again.
Right, and what's your decision? Are you seriously considering choosing Mark over your family?
I don't know. Why are you even talking to me about this? I thought you don't love me anymore.
Ugh, don't say stupid crap like that. Don't get me wrong, we're not going to be besties or anything. Still keeping my distance from you.
Boo.
But I'm glad you're not dead.
Thanks, sis. I guess that's better than nothing.
Mom and Dad are worried about you too. Tell me the truth. Has something like this happened before with Mark?
Not really, kinda. He got bad once and threw a plate at my face. It hit the side of my head.
Did you go to the hospital?
No, it was just the side of my head, and it was only bleeding a little bit. He apologized for it. It's not like he does that sort of thing regularly.
Well, I'm gonna do the same thing I did to Mark. One last heart-to-heart before I detach myself from this situation.
Hey, I'm listening.
I was married to the guy. I know his charms and I know his shortcomings, but he was never violent towards me. He's getting worse, Erica. The thing with you was my breaking point, so I let him go. But this is getting way worse than I could have imagined. He's going to hurt you or himself. You need to get out while you can.
Actually, I've been thinking the same. I mean, I really love him, but he keeps saying maybe I fell down the stairs. At first I thought he was trying to get me to lie for him, but I think he's serious.
Yeah, he sounded totally out of it when he texted me for help. He told me he killed you, then dragged the body into your apartment. Where is he, by the way? Did he get released from custody?
Actually, he told the police the same thing he told you. That he dragged the body and was trying to figure out how to get rid of it, so he's still in custody as far as I know.
Oh god. Well, maybe that's for the best. He did push you down the stairs, right? I never got the full story.
We were just heading out to go to a friend's house and we were arguing a little. Next thing I know, he swung at me with his bike lock chain and hit the back of my head. I woke up in the ambulance with a giant gash on my head and a couple broken bones. My entire back scratched up because he dragged me up 2 flights of stairs. Oh man, so you are leaving him, right? I already told you I'm done with him. I really don't know why I put up with it for so long. He's a good person with a lot of problems. That's how I've been thinking about it. You can't save them. They have to save themselves. I guess you're right. So, is that your last sisterly advice to me? You don't want to have anything to do with me anymore? At the moment, that's how I feel, yes. Okay. Look, I have too much stuff in my life to deal with you and Mark and drama that's not mine. My new job is super rewarding, but I need to study a lot to keep up. Well, I'm moving back in with Mom and Dad for a while, which means I'll be there at Christmas. You think maybe we can start making up then? Maybe. Let's talk then. Hope you get back on track with everything. Thanks. Take care. You too. Bye. That was about 6 months ago, and I'm finally feeling like I've settled down in my new life. My job is going well, and I'm enjoying my free time visiting New York's many destinations, from major tourist destinations to local cafes. There's just so much to see. Mark didn't end up going to jail, but is on parole for 3 years and has mandatory counseling and is now on meds. Honestly, that's probably the best thing that could have happened at this point. Erica is now working at a clothing boutique in her hometown and seems to be enjoying working. After everything that happened, working 8-hour days seems to be the least of her problems. She said she doesn't count it as work because she gets paid to talk to people and help them choose clothes. It's 2 weeks till Christmas, and I'm cautiously optimistic that things are going to be much better for all of us next year. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content.